Now, as political parties continue to canvass for votes in the upcoming election, the United Democratic Movement is confident that it will make it into the National Assembly. This is despite the party experiencing a significant electoral decline since it began 27 years ago. To win back support, UDM leader General Bantu Holomisa says their anti-corruption stance will find support among thinking voters. Newzroom Afrika's politics reporter Juniour Khumalo has more.
Despite a significant decline in electoral support that has seen it drop from receiving over 500,000 votes in 1999 to a mere 78,000 in 2019, the UDM still remains confident that this year's elections will result in the ousting of the ANC and then the introduction of a new coalition government of which it will be a part.
The 2024 elections will be among the most important occasions in South Africa's history. It will hopefully be the moment when this country rids itself of the one-party dominance of the ANC and the corruption it has tolerated for the last 30 years.
In an attempt to claw back the electoral support his party has been hemorrhaging, Holomisa unveiled an anti-corruption focused manifesto.
30 years into our democracy and our beautiful South Africa is in crisis. There is a clear disconnect between our people and their government. The main causes of this disconnect are unacceptable levels of corruption.
Holomisa believes the country's electorate is also complicit in the rife levels of corruption through their continued support of the ANC, despite numerous allegations against the governing party having come to light.
It makes my blood boil to think of how much has been stolen from ordinary South Africans by a political party that is in the business of stealing rather than governing. The list of smaller or similar thefts is nearly endless. Why? Because many of you blindly vote out of habit, out of guilt, to return the ANC to positions of power.
Unlike the party's previous manifesto in 2019, which seemed to lack solutions to some of the challenges faced by South Africans, the UDM leader this time around said, should his organization be entrusted to govern, it would implement a zero-tolerance approach to corruption.
Effective procedures and special courts to be established to investigate and prosecute those in the public and private sector involved in corruption. Independent anti-corruption task teams to be established in each province to determine the level of corruption and to immediately introduce recovery steps.
On the high cost of living and skyrocketing unemployment rate, the UDM has proposed establishing sector banks for the youth and marginalized communities to access capital to venture into entrepreneurial sectors. Holomisa's plan on ending load shedding is to go cap in hand and ask for assistance from other countries with strong capabilities in order to give South Africa an independent diagnosis of our power failures. The UDM leader hopes this would be enough for South Africans to again place their trust in his party. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Juniour Khumalo at the Gallagher Convention Center in Midrand.